What if my coverage isn't right? What if I accidentally hit a food truck? What if it gets covered in empanadas?
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Tonight on the SEC ESPN Network, it's college volleyball as the nationally ranked Arkansas Razorbacks come south to take on the LSU Tigers. Let's look at early SEC standings. Two teams, Tennessee and Arkansas, are undefeated in league play. LSU is nipping on the heels of the others with a 2-1 record, and four teams below LSU are tied at 2-2. Come on inside the Maravich Center, everyone, with ABCA Hall of Fame coach Fran Flory. I'm Len Rollins. Fran, LSU last time out, a 4-set victory over Mississippi State. Sine Dodson, really, really good.
She was really good, had a career-high hitting percentage at .591 and a season high of 14 kills. She is getting going for the Tigers at the right time. Also recorded her 1,000th kill of her career, a special moment for her.
Well, there's a special killer on the other side of the net. It's Jill Gillen for Arkansas.
Jill Gillen has been impactful on both sides of the court. Defense, offense, leading the SEC in kills per set, 4.17, and adding 2.93 digs per set. She is a winner.
We have some heavy hitters, literally, in this match today. Our key matchup, Gillen against Robinson for Arkansas and LSU, respectively. And Fran, Gillen, one of the best in the country, not only the SEC in putting balls away. And then Journey Robinson on the other side of that, a freshman who's had an incredible impact so far. And you see the numbers, they're very, very similar. They've gone back and forth in terms of who's leading what week.
Yeah, and it's the senior, fifth-year super senior versus the first-year freshman. Journey Robinson and Jill Gillen have led the SEC and bounced back and forth 1 and 2 throughout the conference schedule so far. A matchup of the two top kill getters in the SEC tonight.
I want to ask your permission right now. I'm going to call her Jolton Robinson. Jolton
Journey.
Jolton Journey and Killen Gillen.
Killen Gillen. All right, let's go with it.
All right, let's go. Arkansas in the usual maroon and LSU in white. Arkansas has won 11 consecutive matches, and in their last 3 SEC matches, they've only lost 1 set, so they are playing their best volleyball right now.
Very efficient, very well coached, and very well prepared. Have a net error on the right side, Maggie Court right, got caught in the net.
You know, you were mentioning all of the accolades, and there are even more about Jill Gillen, but she's only 5'7". And in today's volleyball, that's diminutive compared to some 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 6'4", 6'5". She's getting it done at 5'7".
Yeah, but you can't measure heart.
Nope.
And she is somebody that plays with her heart on every touch, every swing, everything she does, and just an incredibly special player, not just for Arkansas, but for the SEC.
The Razorbacks have 8 players at least 6 feet tall. Their tallest is Zoe Evans, and she stands at 6'4".
Yeah, the style of play that Coach Jason Watson plays is a faster tempo, and you can have a little bit smaller outsides and smaller players if you go fast.
That was not touched. And Arkansas takes a 2-1 lead. By the way,
we're about to see a challenge by Coach Tanya Johnson.
I thought in real time I detected a touch.
The line judge right next to her called the touch. The R1 waved it off, which the R1 has the right to do if they feel like that's not the right call. They have ultimate deciding power. See if we get a touch. Maybe off of Zoe Evans' left hand.
Difficult to tell on that replay. This will give us a better
fingers
angle.
Move. I don't know. That might be over the top.
Yeah, I think that look.
From that side, it looks like
it might uphold the call.
Yes. In the SEC, they have a third official as a review official, so the officials are not reviewing their own calls. I think it's a great move by this conference, and I think the NCAA will eventually move in that direction.
In this particular case, you're looking at James Landry, who is the review referee, and he's got the powder blue SEC shirt on.
Yeah, and he's a true referee. He officiates matches, and I think it's great that you have true officials in the review capacity. I think as the SEC has implemented this, the quality of the review official has increased, and here we see he raises his hand. He's got a decision.
That's Sergio Gonzalez who's going to make the announcement. The initial ruling was a point to Arkansas, no touch. And it's going to stand. And I think they did the right call.
Yeah, from our view, and you know, there's a lot more angles that their third official has, and he was very thorough, took his time on that review. So
Jill Gillen, wearing number 10, is at the service line. Her next ace will give her the career record in aces all time for Arkansas.
And Jill Gill is physical attacking, but she's also physical behind the serving line, serving in the 50s. That's a pretty fastball coming at you as a receiver.
That's a Paul Skeens fastball.
There you go.
2 apiece. That's Gillen from the back row, and she didn't get it there.
So Maddie Walk able to force Arkansas out of system, a ball that's outside of the court and not to the target area, and Arkansas out of system is typically pretty efficient.
Here's Maddie Walk serving again. Nice hustle on the backside by Arkansas to keep it in play. LSU's got a chance for a winning strike. Can't do it on that one.
Both teams very patient offensively, not trying to do too much.
But finally ending the journey is Robinson.
And that's a positive step for Journey Robinson. Earlier this weekend, she was impatient offensively and trying to take big swings on opportunities she didn't have big swings on. A nice job of picking her opportunity at that time for the kill.
Well done. Very nice timing there.
Taylor Head is just a great volleyball player. She sees the court well. She's able to execute. Hannah Hoag's set pushed her back, didn't lead her in, and she was patient, pulled a roll shot out of her tool chest.
Here's Courtney Jackson serving. She's out of Kansas. Walk sets Robinson.
Nice block touch. Positive blocking.
Robinson again, and that's down. It got a piece of the strike. Jolton Journey with her second kill.
And that's the shot that coaches love to see out of outside attackers. High, deep into the last 2 feet of the corner, at the court, and into the corner. You can't do it much better than that.
And let me update her kill total. She's got 4. 4 of the 5 points have come from Journey Robinson.
She rotates to the back row, so we'll see if Sinead Dotson can carry the load offensively for LSU.
Back and forth we go in the early going. 11 consecutive matches have gone Arkansas's way. They opened the season by splitting 4 matches, and since then they are unbeaten.
And this is a very, very veteran, very prepared, very athletic Arkansas team.
Arkansas wins that joust opportunity. And we are tied at 5 in the early going. First set. This Arkansas program has made steady progress under Jason Watson.
You see the power of Jill Gill. Not only did they set her on the front row, they set her on the back row, and she accelerates for her first kill of the night.
Maggie Cartwright from Kimberly, Wisconsin at the service line. Walk with the quick set, and that one banged down from the middle. That was well struck. It looked like Angie Lee.
Angie Lee, and you see LSU's game plan already. In system, they're going to try to get their middles the ball, diversify their offense. Perfect pass by Paige Flickinger allows Maddie Walk to deliver a nice, quick tempo, first tempo kill.
Lee is a 6'2" freshman and looked good on that last swing. This one is very much errant.
And Anita Onwusi on that ball. It's a great opportunity, great play by Bree Anderson, the libero for LSU. And staying in rhythm with the first touch is a problem for Anita Onwusi. Coach Johnson talked about how necessary it was for her to get off to a good start in that way.
Demps is able to score from the right pin. And we are locked up at 7. Jade Demp serving. Arkansas with the block. It's first. It hasn't really been an outstanding blocking team. It holds its opponents to a very low kill percentage. It's a really good digging team, but they're only averaging a couple of blocks a set.
Yeah, and they're not huge in stature, but they do a great job of taking away the floor. They don't let the attackers see straight to the floor, and that makes the attacker alter her shot. And when they alter their shot around the block, that's right into the heart of their defense, and they get great transition opportunities.
Here's Sanaya Pettis. She wanted it back. Did Gillen, and she got it back, and she tooled it off the defensive block. And Gillen is just so impressive.
She is, and she's attacking the smaller outside blocker, Maddie Walk. Look for LSU to do that against Hannah Hogue. The Arkansas setter is also not the huge blocker, but very efficient, very athletic.
Let's see if they go back to Gillen. They do. She rolls it, but Dodson recovers quickly. Back row attack. Demps has it blocked. Point to Arkansas. The thing about Gillen, and we've talked about her 5'7" stature, not physically imposing when you look at her, but she plays like she's leaping from a trampoline.
Yeah, she's just so physical, and she loves to hit the ball as hard as she can. The velocity that ball comes off of her hand, she loves getting the ball to the floor fast.
You can hear it coming off her hand, and then you realize the velocity. And if you're on the receiving end, look out below.
Yeah, no question. She drives hard with her feet, and she's developed a great finesse game as well. So great court vision for her as well.
Paige Flickinger at the service line. LSU was ready for that sneak attack, but Nwusi couldn't get it by the defenders.
So that's the third block for Arkansas, and Zoe Evans does a great job of staying home, staying with her responsibility, which is the opposing middle, and putting the clamp on Anita Nwusi.
So Arkansas already has more blocks per set than they normally get.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of picking spots against LSU, and there's the fourth.
There's some nice timing defensively on the rise at the net.
Yeah, block timing is so difficult. You know, you have to let the hitter jump, and on the Arkansas side, every hitter is a little bit different. So the LSU discipline in block timing will be a key, and they'll have to work to figure that out as they get against Joe Gill, Taylor Head, Maggie Cartwright, everybody on the pen.
This is Arkansas's biggest lead. Demps leaves her feet to keep it alive. And Dodson.
No, that's Journey's on the outside and into the antenna, yeah.
The antenna, of course, is out of play. And LSU's going to take a timeout right here. Arkansas, after a very packed start through the first 6 or 7 points, now has moved to a 5-point advantage. It's 13-8 for nationally ranked Arkansas in the first set.
When is a football more than a football? When it puts 4 years of higher education at your fingertips, provides medical, nutrition, and mental health support, offers academic tutoring plus medical coverage even after college, helps develop your brand, and teaches you that the end zone is only the beginning. For college athletes, a football just means more.
All right now.
What if my coverage isn't right? What if I accidentally hit a food truck? What if it gets covered in empanadas?
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Arkansas leads by 5. This is the biggest lead in the first set for either team. This Arkansas squad, led by Jason Watson, there's been significant progress the last 2 or 3 seasons under Watson's tutelage. 118 wins, 98 losses. That winning percentage is going to rise as the years go by. And of course, on the other side, it's Tanya Johnson for LSU in her second season, looking to get her team back in the NCAA postseason tournament for the second time in as many tries. Arkansas is on one of those team rolls that every coach would like to see, because, Fran, not only have they won 11 matches in a row, that's impressive, very impressive by itself. Over that course of 11 matches, they've only lost 7 sets.
Yeah, they take charge, and they're a patient team. They follow Coach Jason Watson's personality. He's not up and down and all over. He's just stable. He's just steady. They get excited, but they don't go down. They don't go the negative way. They're just balanced. They don't let the small things bother them. They just go play the next play, make the next contact, and you're seeing a really mature Arkansas team. This match was tied at 7-7, and now they're up 14-9.
They have 2.22 aces per set. That's 7th in Division I volleyball across the land. And Gillen leads the SEC with over 4 kills per set. And today, she's got 2 so far. Robinson leads the way with 5, the freshman Tiger.
Yeah, and Journey not very efficient. Neither of them very efficient in their effort.
That had some sink on it at the back of the net.
And there's the ace for Gillian that we're looking for her to become the all-time leader.
161 of them right now in her career. That leads every Arkansas volleyball player in history.
And
161 career aces. #1 in the Arkansas record books.
There are a lot of great volleyball players that have played at Arkansas. It's a great feat. Nice honor.
Gillen's got that look about her. I've been studying her demeanor, and even when she's not able to get to something on the floor, I mean, it's like she's angry. And I mean that in a complimentary way. She plays angry, she plays hard, she plays decisively.
There's definitely a certain intensity about her. Again, the Arkansas block slowing down LSU offense, getting good touches.
Tigers down by 6. That ball was touched defensively on its way out.
You see a little play set brought Courtright into the court, and this is one of the strengths of this Arkansas offense is Courtright on the right side can hit off of 1 foot, she can hit different zones, she can hit different tempos, so they have to track her.
You know, everybody is aware of Gillen's prowess and her ability to take over a game offensively, but she's got some complementary pieces who are very, very good as well.
Yeah, this is a balance. This is not a one-person show for Arkansas. They're a balanced team. Every spot is solid.
Well done by Demps.
Taylor Head called in the net. Demps gets that ball by her, but Head was called in the net, so it didn't matter.
LSU needs to string some points together, trailing 17-12. First set action against nationally ranked Arkansas. That's off the defender. Sinead Dodson cranks one in.
It's a really nice play by Angie Lee out of the middle. She blocks, lands with her hands high on a tip, and takes the ball overhead, sets the tempo for the setter, and Walk able to deliver a kill.
Journey Robinson serving for the ace.
It's interesting. LSU's serving strategy really attacking the Arkansas libero, trying to see if they can get her in trouble a little bit passing. They're pushing her deep and dropping her short, so changing the depth of their serve. See where Robinson goes on this one. She dropped one short, that time drove her deep and got her in trouble.
So they've cranked some serves at Courtney Jackson wearing the white libero jersey. Let's see where they aim this one. Robinson serving. They go right back to the libero. That's Dodson who tries to roll it over.
Nice block touch by LSU. Can they finish in transition? Ball's a little tight for Dodson.
Demps. Dodson again. Off the defender, it appears. Nope, they're going to give it to Arkansas.
Yeah, it went off the top of the net. Maddie Walk just not quite in great rhythm with her attackers yet. started earlier this weekend, and each match she set this past weekend got better and better as the match went on. So we'll see if she can gain a little more confidence and comfort delivering the ball in rhythm to her attackers.
LSU has won 2 consecutive SEC matches. On September 29th, dispatching Missouri in 4 sets. And then a couple of days later, on the 1st of October, downing Mississippi State in 4 sets. And that was after a loss to start things at Kentucky. LSU won the first set in Lexington, and then Kentucky got rolling and had a 4-set victory.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere across the SEC is good. They're very, very good, balanced. And they're 4-2 in their last 6, so they're climbing. They're getting better and better, and this team will gel together. They have a freshman in a significant spot. Takes a little time to figure that out.
Journey Robinson is second in the SEC in kills per set, and only a small handful of freshmen across the country have done a better job of putting the ball away.
No question, but talk about putting a ball away. That last swing by Anita Onwusi is a great sign for the LSU Tigers.
That serve sails long. LSU trying to climb back. Arkansas the first to 20. LSU down by 4. Arkansas serving.
And both teams kind of leaving the door open. Nobody really totally seizing control.
LSU's hitting percentage right now is at least twice, if not 3 times lower than they would like, at just over 100.
It's a great pass by Jade Demps, set Maddie Walk up for a kill and a second setter dump.
Flickinger serving. The Texan can't roll it over. That one hurts. The 21st point comes to Arkansas on a service error.
Yeah, once one side gets to 20, playing clean after 20 is really, really important, certainly if you're behind.
Anna Hogue serving. Great job. Excellent work by Wall.
Transition opportunity.
There she is. You can just listen to the strike and kind of figure it's Jill Gillen.
Yeah, and you see the hole in the block. The tempo of the Arkansas offense is really fast to the antenna. Onwusi has to stay home, and there's a hole in the block, but Jill Gillen goes down the line outside of Maddie Walk for the kill.
That is her 3rd kill. Arkansas has distributed its kill shots widely. Pettis has 3, Gillen has 3. Head has a couple, Cartwright has a couple.
Yeah, and LSU hitting only 122, Arkansas 250, so not a great offensive output from either side thus far.
LSU actually has more kills in this match than does Arkansas. 11 for Arkansas. Gillen has 3 of them. Let's look at some of her work, Graham.
Yeah, we talked about her physicality, and she finishes physically both blocking and attacking, and then can stand behind the line and score there as well. She is a threat to score in every capacity of the game.
And if you missed it earlier, the ace we showed you from the service line was the 161st in her Arkansas career. That is the school record.
A long line of great players at Arkansas. That is certainly something that will be hard to replicate.
LSU down by 5 in the first set, 22-17.
Now, Arkansas with only 2 hitting errors in this set, they have to be happy with that, but I'm sure Coach Jason Watson would like a few more kills, only 11 at this point. LSU with 13 kills and 8 errors.
In the 3 SEC matches played so far by Arkansas, they've won 9 out of 10 sets played, so they've only lost 1 set in 3 SEC matches. Trying to extend that against LSU, but that serve is long. And the Tigers will gladly take it, going to the service line now, down by 4, 22-18, first set.
This is still winnable. A 4-point deficit at this point. You make a couple of plays, and it changes everything. So this serve from Carmichael is vital to the LSU effort to come back and win the first set.
It's a good serve by Carmichael. It's an ace.
You can't do it much better than that. Drives that ball through her jump all the way to the almost to the floor. Gets head onto her knees, makes her move. Difficult when the server can make the passer move and get her on the floor.
This next point is huge for LSU. Another good serve. And another ace.
And a great effort from Arkansas, diving into the bench to make the save, but unable to come up with a positive touch. And Carmichael giving LSU a little life here.
Let's see if she can light the fuse again. Consecutive aces from Carmichael, pulling the Tigers to within 2 in the first set. Gillen, not that time. That's Robinson. And 5 blocks now for Arkansas. That's more than twice as many as they have averaged per set.
Well, Angie Lee doesn't get into a position to transition as a middle attacker, so the Arkansas block can transition out and be forehands early in front of the freshman. Awfully hard to come out positive in that type of matchup.
That is wide, and now Arkansas has a set point, 24-20.
And the tempo of that first contact created that misconnection between setter-hitter. Just not quite enough time, not enough air under that pass for the connection to work correctly.
Jill Gillen serving. Arkansas with the advantage right here, and there is the set point. The big swing from the left side by Taylor Head, and Arkansas, after having a bit of trouble in the early going, took a 5-6 point lead. It got a little tight when it got into the 20s, but Arkansas comes back and wins the first set, 25-20. We will return with set number 2 in a moment.
What if getting insurance is scary? What if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Great.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Arkansas took control in the middle part of the first set and extended its advantage to 25-20 to close out set number 1. Transfers Anaya Pettis had a bearing on the first set, didn't she?
She really did, and you know, she makes herself available in transition, in serve receive. She's super fast laterally. She's closing blocks. She's affecting the LSU offense, but she's also killing balls for Arkansas, a huge positive, and that's a great addition to their roster.
You know, sometimes numbers don't tell all the story, but those numbers indeed do tell a true story.
Well, it's not hard to figure out. You look at the kills, LSU is ahead of Arkansas, but the story is the errors on the LSU side. 10 errors to 2 for Arkansas. Arkansas, an efficient effort in the first set. LSU really needs to clean up their attack errors.
By the way, I want to go back to Pettis just for a second, because last year when she played for Mississippi State, she had a career high against LSU with 37 attacks and 9 digs. So she's had success against the Tigers before, although another jersey on her back.
Yeah, and she's just a fast, dynamic player that that sometimes is overshadowed. You know, middle, sometimes if you're not the big, fast, or big athletic person that's jumping to 11 feet, people don't talk about you a lot. But Pettis does a great job of doing her job and being efficient.
The Tigers will serve first.
Still going after Libero.
And a quick point for Arkansas. And you got it. It's Jill Gillen.
Jill Gillen with the kill.
Oh, yeah. She's as good as advertised.
She is.
And even when she's not playing at her very, very, very best, she always still draws that inordinate amount of attention from the opposition because of the success she's had. I mean, she's going to be a first-string All-SEC performer again this year, which will be 4 years in a row.
Yeah, you can't lose track of where she is, front row or back row.
2-0 Razorbacks. Robinson with the dump. Robinson full swing, bangs it down. That's a really good left to right slice.
And a really nice job of Robinson of being patient. So that's an improvement. Coach Johnson said they really needed to get in the gym and train a little bit. As an attacker, you want that fastball out to the antenna, but when it's out of system, it's got to be high. And as an attacker, you have to wait and then explode at the last minute.
She had 5 kills in the first set. That's her first in the second set. She's also had 4 digs. Guess who?
And that offense is just too fast. They're going to attack over the top of Maddie Walk, the smaller blocker, the setter for LSU. And you have the freshman, Angie Lee, there, pretty fast. But Gillen doing a great job of turning the ball. Fastball down the line. You have to have a fast arm to be able to hit that shot.
That is her 5th kill. 2 in this set. That missed a little bit long.
And if I'm watching the connection from Maddie Walk to Demps in the back row, it's just a little fast for her. If she could get a little more air under it, Demps will get her feet to it, and that ball will be in. It's just getting rushed a tiny bit.
Arkansas out to a 4-1 lead in the second set. And now 5-1 on a smack by Maggie Cartwright.
And Cartwright is just such a good player. Works really hard in transition, sees the hole in the block, buries it to right back into the seam.
Robinson off the blocker. LSU needed that.
Yeah, and Robinson went high over the top into the top of her fingers. There you can't control if you're going off the fingertips, and that's what you teach as a coach. Go high hands off the court. Nice job by Robinson.
That's kill number 7 for the freshman. And an ace for Walk.
Well, with the errors, if there's a positive point to the LSU side, it's their serving. They're serving tough, getting Arkansas out of system, and they're serving for aces.
Walk gets that knuckleball. Uh-oh. Nobody's going to get this one.
That's an unfortunate play. Got caught in transition. Nice serve by Walk. Great fight by Arkansas to keep it in play, and just a shot, roll shot, and then Demps got caught. No man's land.
Give credit to Jackson for extending that opportunity for Arkansas.
No question.
You know, the Tigers are still without Aaliyah Williams, the 6'1" senior middle blocker. She has not played since the 4th match of the year. She's suffered from an elbow injury, and she's been out a long time. LSU would like to have her availability.
Yeah, they really would. You need that fight and that spirit. Aaliyah's a great leader for this program, and difficult to have somebody with that experience not on the court. But Angie Lee stepped up and done a nice job filling the role for her.
Williams got hurt against Creighton and has not seen duty since.
And you just see the fight out of the Arkansas team. They're fighting on defense. They're pursuing. We're seeing them dive into the court. This is a team that's hungry to succeed, and they're going to fight through every single touch to keep the ball in play or put the ball away.
Journey Robinson sails that serve wide. So Arkansas moves its lead to 8-4 in the second set. Cartwright, who stands 5'11", out of Kimberly, Wisconsin, puts it in play. It's LSU's point.
Once again, you see the Arkansas players diving into the bench, pursuing the ball, and almost got the touch to keep it in play.
Demps had too much strike on it, and the Tigers get a much-needed point. Now serving for its 6th point is LSU. And that's off the top of the net and rolls back. That's the 2nd service error by LSU in this set.
Yeah, and you can't have back-to-back service errors. It's one of the sins of serving. Can't miss after a timeout, can't miss on match point, and you can't miss after your teammate missed in front of you.
You know, sins of serving, the acronym would be SOS.
That's exactly right. You get in deep trouble when those things happen.
LSU looking to pull within 2. Demps. Dodson rolls it over. And that's just too good.
Well, Jill Gillen does a great job, and Hannah Hogue, the connection between the two. Jill Gill comes in, gets the short ball, and Hogue knows to keep her inside offensively, run it into a different zone, into the gap in the block for the kill.
And here's the thing, she was attacking two players who are at least 5 inches shorter than she is, and still is able to power it through.
It's not about how tall you are, it's about what you do with it.
That time she missed. You could see the look on her face like, oh!
Yeah, it's a definite frustration. Good job by the LSU defender to be on that sideline. No, that ball's out of bounds.
LSU now 4 times has had an opportunity to get within 2 points. This will be the 4th time, and Flickinger will be serving. Just a psychological difference, if nothing else, between 3 or 4 and 2, right? I mean, 2, you feel like get a point, you can tie it.
Side out score, and you're even.
It's an overpass, but Arkansas comes away with the point.
And Hannah Hogue just absolutely super smart, lets Journey go high over the top of the ball, comes in under her and beats her on the second push at a joust. That's a young player versus a veteran.
Hogue serving. She's a junior out of Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Hogue ran a 6.2 last year and has taken over and running a 5.1 and running the whole show this year and doing a very nice job. Good fight by Jade Demps.
It's point Arkansas. LSU rising defensively, but not able to steer it in play.
Yeah, and a nice job of exploding and having her hands low and tight over the net, but just unfortunately unable to press to middle back. Keep the ball in the court. It's a good block touch by Evans.
Fran, I want to ask you about the physical nature of playing defense, and we'll get to that in a minute. Right now, Arkansas, at this point in the match, has pretty much done what it did last time. Out to a 6-point lead, roughly midway through the match. Arkansas won set number 1.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That's too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
In search of its 12th consecutive match victory, Arkansas leads 1-0 and has a 13-7 advantage in the second set with ABCA Hall of Fame coach Fran Flory. I'm Lynn Rollins. And Fran, you were part of a lot of this history between Arkansas and LSU. Arkansas has a 6-match lead after 54 meetings, but LSU has been really effective against Arkansas in its last 8 matches, winning 6 of those.
Yeah, and Arkansas started really, really fast with their program and really kind of took some programs by surprise that they were that good that early in their development with Coach Chris Poole. And then everybody kind of caught up a little bit, and now here they are back at the top. And see how they can finish this season.
One of 2 teams undefeated in the early going in Southeastern Conference action. This is good defense turned into back row offense for Arkansas. That's a lot harder than it looks to score from that deep in the court, isn't it?
Yeah, no question, but you see the effect of Jill Gillen on the blocking side that time. She gets out, beats the middle blocker out early, is standing there waiting for her, and is able to stop the slide attack from LSU.
This is Hannah Hogue. Arkansas has scored 8 points on her serve, and that's the highest number on either team tonight.
And Hannah Hogue is a really good volleyball player. She's setting for him, but she's a great defender. I'm sure she could probably rip the ball as well. Parents are Arkansas alum, and she's just a feisty competitor.
I want to get back to the physicality question, and that is, you were describing a block and rolling off the very tips of the fingers. How much stress over the course of a match or practice or a season do the fingers have? Because, I mean, you know, we've seen some powerful strikes just bend those fingers back. How difficult is it to keep those fingers agile and healthy?
Well, you have to lock out blocking. You see a really good job of, who was that? Angie Lee keeping that ball in play, and then Journey finishing. But your hands blocking have to be locked out and hard and tight, or you get in trouble, and that's where you see the injuries on hands.
Arkansas maintains its lead.
And where we didn't see a very efficient offensive first set, we're seeing a very efficient second set from Arkansas, hitting 610 kills, 1 error on 15 swings.
It's awfully tough to overcome that, isn't it?
Well, the LSU block has got to do a better job and affect them offensively.
That's Robinson.
And I'm going to say that's going to be Journey Robinson's patented shot for her freshman year. The coaches are take her angle, take her angle, take her angle, but she can still beat you inside.
That's 11 kills for her. 3 times this year she's had matches where she has exceeded 20 kills.
Now, that's a high number for her in just 2 sets. 1.5 sets, actually. She's just got to have somebody on the LSU side go with her and score some points for them.
Right now, it's been all Arkansas in the first 2 sets, winning the first one 25-20 and holding a 17-10 advantage in the second set.
It's a nice kill by Jade Dimps. They've run this in rotation 1 when the right side is stacked into left front. Jade Dimps hits a 2-ball in the middle. Angie Lee, the middle, goes around on a slide, and blockers have to decide who they're going to follow. Dimps able to come through on that.
Another service error. LSU can ill afford to give away points at the service line.
The 5th service error for the Tigers. Not against a team like this. You have to drive the ball, but you know, if you're going to miss, you need to miss long, not in the net. Make the opponent make a decision.
Dodson had a chance, had an option to really hammer it, and then pulled back a bit, and a wise kill for Dodson.
Yeah, throws it off the outside hand of the outside blocker. That's a mature shot and one awfully hard to defend, but takes some patience to not go rip that ball.
Dodson again. And a little long on that push.
Nice defense from LSU, and a great opportunity for Dodson, but she's unable to find the corner.
Here's Taylor Head serving. Looking for point number 20 for the Hogs. Dodson rolls it off her hand, had a little top spin, gets down in front of the defender. That's her 4th kill.
And Dodson showed that in the last 2 SEC matches this past weekend, that she's not going to just try to rip every ball. She's going to take what the defense gives her, high snap into the middle of the court in front of the defense. And there we see it again, a high snap in the middle of the court in front of the defense.
But what a terrific play by Bree Anderson, the libero, to keep that play in progress for LSU.
Yeah, Anderson has kind of won the libero jersey at this point, but it's a contest every week. Got to fight to put that jersey on for LSU. Pettis just waited to see what Bree Anderson was going to do down the line, held her arms. She saw Bree Anderson take off and charging, threw it over the top to the corner.
Well, Bree Anderson comes from a very athletic family, too. Her lineage is impressive. We'll show you something in just a minute which illustrates that. LSU down by 6, now down by 5. Back to Bree Anderson. Her dad was quite the football player.
He was. Played it at Florida and then played running back for the Bears in the same backfield as Walter Payton. And I tell you what, Neil Anderson not only was a great football player, but he's an incredible pickleball player right now. He's pretty talented.
You're becoming enamored with that game, aren't you?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's for old people.
I'm there. There we see Jill Gillen go high off the hands, expanding court, high off the hands that the block is able to slow the ball down and keep it into the court is a positive for the block. High hands that ends up outside the court is a positive for the offense.
Walk with a little sneaky left-handed shot.
Nice time for that, takes the pressure off the hitters, and Walk tends to get going when she can have a couple of kills. She tends to get a little more comfortable when she is allowed to be a threat.
Here's Erin Carmichael. She uncorked a couple of consecutive aces in the first set.
Really almost got him back into it, just couldn't quite finish it.
And it came at this point in the first set as well, but no success there.
Yeah, she's still targeting the libero for Arkansas. You know, you understand you're not going to serve Jill Gill all the time and Taylor Head. I mean, they just have some great ball control people, and I think they feel like that the libero is the right target.
Robinson, oh, what a good look, if you will. A thin angle, and she saw a target open up and hit the bullseye.
Yeah, and that's great arm control. You know, you control contact. She goes high, she's patient, she waits. You see she even got an eye check to the other side and sees that opening and is able to execute and score the point. So the LSU block able to have four hands in front of Taylor Head early because the pass was out of system. They released to the outside. They're over tight and low, and that's a great block.
22-18, a very important point coming here. That's just too good from the left pin. Taylor Head puts it away.
But when Arkansas is in system, the tempo of their set to the outside, see how slow and fast this is? If you don't beat them with your feet, they're going to beat the ball. They're going to be able to finish and get the ball to the floor quickly.
23-18. That's off the mark, and now another set point for Arkansas.
I have the same opinion watching Jade Dempsey, the connection with Maddie Walk. It's just a little low. She's rushed. She's not able to go up and get the ball. If she give her a little more air, I think she'd be a little more successful.
Set point for the Hogs, and there it is. It's off the blocker. Oh, excuse me. It's LSU's point.
Yeah, nice defense by Maddie Walk. I think she actually surprised herself that ball stayed in play. Good rebound action, and LSU able to stay in the point by just fighting through.
So Walk extends this. The Tigers are going to have to get 5 consecutive points to make it 24 each. But they've got a chance. That one is off the blocker and out of bounds, and Arkansas wins the second set 25-19. 7 times this year, Arkansas has been victorious in 3 sets. They've got a chance to do it again for the 8th time, but we'll come back and see what happens in the 3rd set in just a moment.
When is a football more than a football? When it puts 4 years of higher education at your fingertips, provides medical, nutrition, and mental health support, offers academic tutoring plus medical coverage, even after college, helps develop your brand, and teaches you that the end zone is only the beginning. For college athletes, a football just means more.
Hey, what if getting insurance is scary? What if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Great.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The Hogs have won the first 2 sets, 25-20, 25-19. This year, when they win the first 2 sets, Arkansas is 8-0. LSU is 0-4 when it loses the first 2 sets. All of that's history, but it gives you an idea of how Arkansas has been able to close out people in rapid fashion. Hot offense this year, Arkansas. And these stats through 2 sets, Fran. Anything that jumps out at you? It's evened up a bit.
Yeah, and You know, the efficiency is what's important, and LSU's got to kill more balls and stay closer to them with their efficiency.
So here we go with set number 3. Robinson leads the way with 12 kills. Dotson has 6. She's next for the Tigers. Jill Gillen has 8 kills to lead Arkansas. Cartwright with 7. She's had a quiet, very effective first 2 sets.
Now, she's kind of the quiet killer for them. Doesn't get as much attention, but man, is she important to them.
Hogue starts the 3rd set with an ace.
And LSU needs to lift their first tempo a little higher, give Maddie Walker just a fraction of a second more time to get under it so she can run their offense.
There's an overpass. LSU will be fortunate to recover, but it has, and that one is out.
Again, we see Coach Tanya Johnson going to challenge the touch. The line judge on the Arkansas side called the touch. Again, the R1 not going with the line judge call, making the decision for herself, which she has every right to do. So we'll see.
You know, you've spoken a couple of times. We'll watch this in replay. Is there a touch?
Looks like maybe Cartwright's right hand. We'll see on this one a little bit better.
No, didn't look
It's
like it there.
awfully close. It's awfully close.
But you've talked a couple of times about just a little more elevation on a pass, just a little more elevation on a set. It's amazing the very tiny, subtle things of this game which have a big bearing on the outcome.
Yeah, the tempo and timing, and every sport has tempo and timing, from a golf swing to a football play to a basketball defensive rhythm, whatever it is. Every sport has a rhythm and a tempo, and the first touch on your side in volleyball sets that tempo and rhythm. And there are teams that like to play super fast. They like to push that tempo from the passer to the setter, and then from the setter to the attacker. But that requires a super disciplined group of people who are fast, efficient, and by the end of the match, you are exhausted doing that. So the right tempo for the LSU side is higher to allow the setter to get under the ball, have a vision of not only her side, but of the opponent's side to see where and who to set, what blocker's out of position, what matchup do we want, and how do I create the best opportunity for my attacker.
So what I'm hearing you say is sometimes just a couple of inches of height or in the proper direction to a setter can make all the difference in the world of what happens on the next strike.
Yeah, and there's no question. And there is a point of no return. You pass that ball super high, the setter's uncomfortable as it's coming down into her hands and worried about having a double called or an illegal contact. And we get the touch. LSU gets the touch. Cartwright smiling as she walks back on the court. She knew she touched it, was hopeful to get away with it, I think.
We ought to be on the honor system.
I don't think we can do that, Lynn. That's old school volleyball. Talking about old earlier.
Touche. One apiece, 3rd set. Arkansas won the first 2 fairly comfortably. That looked like it. No, thought it got down, but it did not. It had a little lift to it at the end.
It was awfully close, and as a coach, you pay attention to what the people that are sitting along the line to see if that ball was in or out. Nobody really responding. We can see whether it falls in.
Nope.
Nope.
Just slightly long.
I think that ball might have been out. Nice management of a tight pass by Maddie Walk for her 3rd kill. Not usually a person that gets many kills, but she's being put in a situation that she's having to come up with creative ways to score, able to do that on that play. See, Bree Anderson lifts that ball. Really nice job. Zoe Evans trying to come down and make a play. Just a little too much on that touch. Maddie Walk to Taylor Head, trying to make her have 2 of the 3 contacts.
And LSU misses on the serve.
You know, the coaches have efficiency numbers, so they know if they serve the front row attacker, whether she's more or less efficient if she has to handle the first contact. So you're trying to affect somebody offensively in some way with the first serve and who you serve.
LSU can ill afford to let Arkansas work out in front here in the third set.
Now they need to stay tight and stay patient.
That overpass is an hors d'oeuvre to a very hungry person.
Taylor Head does a great job of snapping the ball, not following through into the net. That's a veteran play. A lot of young players rip the net down on that ball. Taylor Head knows exactly how to execute that play.
Fran, the other SEC team who is undefeated in league play this year is in action against Alabama. Tennessee won the first set against Alabama, but it's 23-22, Tennessee leading in the second set.
And everybody is good in the SEC. Everybody is capable. Records don't necessarily show it, but there's a lot of great volleyball being played in our league, and the reputation of our league is growing each and every year.
That point goes to Arkansas on a touch. And Tanya Johnson is thinking about asking for another appeal, but she's going to wave it off.
Yeah, Journey or somebody said I touched the ball, so don't use your, you have to rely on your players in that situation.
7-3 now, Arkansas leading by 4. This is the biggest early lead that Arkansas has had in the 3 sets so far, but Robinson is able to stop the run.
She goes high hands, and you teach blockers to keep your eyes open, and sometimes the hand contact makes you blink or close your eyes and you lose track of the ball. It's actually a pretty easy play for Pettis if she'd have had her eyes open, but
Robinson's 14th kill stops a 5-0 run by Arkansas.
Yeah, and LSU needed that desperately.
Journey Robinson is given the okay. Serving at the libero, indeed, still. Walk keeps it alive, but Arkansas wins the point.
Yeah, you saw some great fight defensively. Coach Johnson's applauding the effort on the defensive side. Maddie Walk, what a great fight to get to that. Just can't keep it on her side.
8-4 Razorbacks as they look to win for the 4th time in the SEC and the 3rd time by a 3-0 count. That's down from the corner on the left side.
If there's a positive from the outsides from LSU is their shot selection, their ability to hit the high, deep cross-court corner. That's an elite level shot, and if Maddie Walk can put them in the right situation, they can score on that shot repetitively.
Walk again, keeping it in play. Back row Robinson. That's wide left, it appeared. Yes, miss-struck by Taylor Head.
Yeah, it's a great job of LSU of extending the rally, keeping the ball in play, keeping the pressure on the defense of Arkansas until they made an error.
And that's a huge point. LSU now can get within 1 with a point on its serve.
In-system opportunity.
Well, Head missed one just a few seconds ago, but that time she dinked it and found the open court.
A little shorter, executed in front of the left front attacker, unable to get across there.
She's just completed her 9th double-double this year. That's her 11th kill. She's also had 10 digs.
Yeah, Taylor Head is just a balanced volleyball player.
Ooh, what a strike by Gillen. Jill Gillen, not really in a conventional place to rip this one, but watch her come right here.
Blockers did not get in front of the attacker, gave her an open look to the floor. Jill Gillen is going to finish that play more times than not.
Dodson for the Tigers.
It's a great effort.
What you didn't see in the picture, Gillen was going to come over and get a towel and wipe up the floor as well before the mop guy got there. Dodson. Gillen. Yep. She's like a frog. just that quick spring. I mentioned it earlier. It's like she's jumping off a trampoline. She gets up and hangs and has time to make decisions, has a variety of shots. This is really good from number 10.
And then explodes at the top. There's no question. She's better on a ball that's coming from a longer distance and tempo. The closer ball, she's not as comfortable. She can see when there's a ball that's coming more than 15 feet away from her. She's very, very comfortable. Does a great job of exploding through.
She gets that running start, doesn't she?
She does. Really nice slow down by Dodson.
Arkansas leading by 4. A long point in progress here.
Oh, goodness.
Gillen couldn't finish. She'll try again right now. This is the longest rally of the match, and Gillen ends it.
Yeah, and there would be no question. I keep feeding her too. Give her the right situation. Blockers fighting on LSU side. It's a great fight by both sides on the defensive side, but the finish is on the Arkansas side with Jill Gillen.
Jill Gillen, the #1 kill producer per set in the SEC. Ooh. Jada Lawson almost got knocked down, but kept it in play, and Arkansas gets the point.
She stood in there strong and took that ball.
She did.
Ended up being a positive touch, and you got Jill Gillen to finish for you.
13-7 with a timeout in the third set. Arkansas looking to sweep LSU, leading 2-0. We'll be back in just a moment as we continue on the SEC ESPN Network.
When I was younger, I played make-believe. Now when I close my eyes, I just fall asleep. Dream on, to infinity and far beyond. Maybe they'll take you fabulous places. Maybe you'll wake up right where you belong. But dream on.
Hey, what if getting insurance is scary? What if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Great.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
LSU's Sinead Dodson reached a milestone with 1,000 kills, reaching that in the last match against Mississippi State, and this was a presentation before this match started against Arkansas.
It's always nice to recognize somebody when you achieve that type of milestone, and Sinead very deserving. She's taken a lot of swings in her career. Nice to see her get to that 1,000 mark, and for LSU, hopeful she gets a long way past that the rest of the year.
Right now, the Razorbacks are looking for their 4th victory in the SEC without a setback.
Yeah, and the difference in this set is, Arkansas scored 11 points, LSU 6. It's not a lot of errors this set. Arkansas with 1, LSU with no hitting errors in this set. A much more efficient, but not enough kills to stay toe-to-toe with Arkansas.
And it's been the Taylor Head show here in the third set because she's got 5 kills and hitting at a 500 clip.
Yeah, she's taken off, and as we said from the top, Jill Gillen is awfully good, but she's surrounded by some great players as well.
Well, Gillen has 4 kills in this set, so they've got 9 of the 14.
Yeah, and they're a pin-balanced team. They're going to set left side pins, and then they're going to set court right on the right side, and their middles are really middle blockers, not so much middle attackers. They'll throw them a few to make them keep driving, but they're going to set their outsides more than anyone else. You see Jill Gillen manage a set that went back at her. That's the most difficult set to manage as an attacker in a fast offense because you're accelerating forward and the ball's going back behind you. Great control by Gillen. to keep that ball in the court and score.
Hannah Hogue serving. Good sinking serve and an ace. The bottom dropped out of it as it got past the line on the LSU side.
A nice hard, flat serve that the bottom falls out of. Jason Watson's teams have always been very, very efficient, very technical serving teams.
Arkansas's next 3 matches are in Fayetteville against Missouri, Ole Miss, and Alabama. And then a tough stretch on the road, Tennessee and Kentucky and South Carolina and Florida and Georgia. 5 consecutive road matches after a 3-match homestand.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the SEC schedule, but you know, when I was in the league, that you didn't have 5 on the road in a row. That's brutal. That's brutal. It's brutal through October when you have midterms and all of that. That's a real challenge for this Arkansas team, and I'm sure they're not the only team with a challenging schedule. But when you have a special team like they have, you don't want the schedule to dictate anything.
Well, they've got a stretch there where it looks like they'll be 7 days away from Fayetteville.
Yeah, and I think they're staying on the road. Coach Jason told me he's going to stay on the road. They're just going to stay, and they'll do their stuff remotely, and they won't go home flying back and forth. It's a lot of trips, so that's a challenge.
LSU looking to climb back into this 3rd set, trailing by 6. And that's not going to help things.
Carmichael really serving well, just can't quite stay inside that sideline, targeting the libero and trying to get her to her right.
There you see the schedule. The next 3 at home, and then that brutal 5-match road swing starts. And there's some good teams among those 5 matches.
Yeah, and a lot of the top ranked in terms of RPI and pre-conference winning teams that they'll face.
Robinson. Both teams did a good job of staying out of the net. And LSU's going to get that point. Robinson collects another kill.
Yeah, and that's a nice job. We saw earlier Hannah Hogue understand where Jill Gillen was going to be on a first ball that brought her across the court, and now you see Maddie Walk do the same thing on the LSU side. Nice communication, setter, hitter.
Journey Robinson has 14 kills to lead everybody. And she is the only double-figure kill producer for LSU tonight.
They get a perfect pass, and they feed the ball to Zoe Evans in the middle. Wouldn't expect that. So nice set selection by Hannah Hogue when she's setting her middles.
Robinson from the left pin to the right boundary.
Yeah.
15 kills for her.
Robinson, I said it in the last set, that's going to be her signature shot.
That looked like it missed wide, and it did. Back-to-back points for the Tigers, and they need some more. Trailing 18-13 in the 3rd set after losing the first 2.
And Hogue tries to Pettis the middle, throw her an opportunity, and carries past the sideline.
Somehow Walk saved that.
It's off of her foot, and that's legal.
And LSU continues with the point.
And sometimes it just takes something as silly as that to turn the momentum and give your team a little bit of a run. We'll see if LSU can continue this.
Let's call that a Nike point. She's turned in her 5th double-double this year as Walk. And the 8th of her career, 27 assists and 10 digs, including 1 off the foot.
Yeah, and that's what this week Coach Johnson talked to us about, the fact that, you know, her defensive improvement is important for them, and she should have a double-double every night, and she's got it already tonight.
LSU has got to start stringing some points together, trailing 19-14. And just too much heat, too much direction for Taylor Head. She has really come on since the first set. That's her 12th kill now. One behind Gillen.
Yeah. Shot selection. I mean, she tries left back, can't. Anderson makes a great touch. She goes in the seam between middle back and left back to score.
Arkansas is taking care of business, coming from Fayetteville to win the first 2 sets and with a sizable lead in the 3rd set. But LSU's blockers take care of some business at the net.
And Demps was in front of the attacker. Angie Lee may have gotten up. Demps gets her nice job lining up on the attacker and good block timing. Hands across the net to terminate.
Demps doing her best, and then Walk could not steer it in play legally.
Really good fight. We talked about the Arkansas players diving into the bench in the first couple of sets. So we have LSU diving into the stands here to make a save, just unable to control it into the court. Great effort.
But it's 21-15. Arkansas closing in on a straight set victory. Dodson does something about it from the left pin.
A nice high hand shot over the top. Good tempo from Maddie Walk.
That gives her 10 kills. Gillen and Head lead the way in the kill category for Arkansas with 13 apiece.
It's a really nice offense. Blockers released to Gillen. I don't blame him in some regard, but you can't forget about where Taylor Head is on the back row. A big back row quick ball to Taylor Head for the kill.
Three Arkansas players made an effort for that, and LSU will take the point.
Yeah, and Maggie Cartwright, it's really nice job by Dodson of finding the seam. Not sure who's going to take that ball. There's a seam between the blockers that come down. They have a certain responsibility to play after they come back, or come back down from the block, and the back row defender, and Sine Dodson able to find that seam to score.
Flickinger needs to put it in play.
What a great dig, transition opportunity.
And Anwusi finishes.
And sometimes this sport just looks easy. Great job by Flickinger, staying home, holding her ground, and Maddie Walk delivers a great 3 for the kill.
Anwusi from the middle.
And this has been missing from the match. Anwusi hitting a very efficient level offensively all year, and she has not really been a factor so far, but she's coming on late. Let's see if they can get this set and see if they can get going through the next.
That was her 3rd kill. This is a huge point for LSU. And it's off the libero. The point goes to Arkansas. That ball kind of had a wicked look to it. And Arkansas collects its 23rd point. LSU now has got to draw a line here.
And Jill Gill comes through again, high hands. Bree Anderson in the right spot, just not quite prepared, not able to execute.
Jill Gillen has 14 kills, so does her teammate Taylor Head. Arkansas eyeing point number 24. 3rd set after winning the first 2. A double touch for Arkansas.
And they've loosened the double touch. They're trying to let the game go, but that one was too far. And I know Coach Jason Watson cannot stand bump sets, so he encourages his players to use their hands on that second contact. He trains them all to be able to execute that, and unfortunate, got the double call.
And Courtney Jackson knew she did it.
She did.
Wow. That is the #1 kill producer in the SEC, killing Jill Gillen.
And LSU block just not over early enough for that fast of an arm swing.
This Arkansas team has really been on a rush, losing to this point 1 set in 4 SEC matches, and there it is. Arkansas takes care of business, 25-20, the final. And Fran Flory, we're seeing one of the hottest teams in the country on the court tonight in Arkansas.
And they're balanced, they're well coached, they do a great job of just staying steady. They're just steady, and they execute on a pretty high level. Not a lot of errors. I'm sure Coach Jason will be talking to them about a few of them, but overall, they have not succeeded at LSU. He was concerned about that before the match. I think he'll be really happy with this win.
Before he talks to his team, I think we're going to try to get a word with him as he's headed this way. Indeed, we will have a chance to talk with victorious coach Jason Watson, whose team has taken care of business against LSU in straight sets.
And a great...
Jason is wondering which his best side is. So
I don't want any feedback on that, you guys. Come on.
You know what? Right now, you've got one of the hottest, best-playing teams in the country, having lost only one set in 4 SEC matches. How are you assessing your team right now?
Well, there's lots to play, right? And so right now, I think we're playing pretty clean, and I think that's probably the difference right now. And whether we can sustain it, right? I don't know, but you know, coming down to Baton Rouge has never been easy for us, and you know, Fran has always made it tough on us. So we're going to take this win and go home and see if we can get a little better.
Hey, you know, Jason, we talked before the match about being in Baton Rouge, and you've been here more recently than the Tigers have been in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
And you got a tough stretch coming up for you. You get a few home, but then you get on the road. And I think managing that, certainly you think that's going to be a key.
Yeah, I mean, the SEC scheduling gods have not been kind to us, you know, and so we got to be good, right? We got to be good. And I don't know how you guys feel, but the SEC is really good at playing volleyball right now, and so it's tough. I mean, every match is tough. This one was tough. I mean, Dotson's an elite outside hitter, and we can't get anywhere close to her, and so I'm glad we don't play them again.
Jason, let me mention something about your attacking tonight. Everybody knows the excellence of Jill Gillen. She's been doing it at a very high level throughout her career. But Taylor Head, 14 kills, just one behind Jill Gillen. That gives you an added dimension offensively, and I thought she was extremely good the second and third sets.
Yeah, I thought she took some really, really crucial swings there that allowed us to kind of keep some separation there. And so both of them are playing particularly well. You know, I think we struggled serve receive. I thought that LSU put together a magnificent serving plan for us, and so we got to go back and get some work done in that. But offensively, they're playing really well, really clean, and I think, you know, that again, like I said, is the separation right now between teams.
Safe travels and best of luck the rest of the season.
Yeah, cheers. We'll need it.
All right, Jason Watson, whose team is playing superb volleyball right now, takes care of business against LSU in 3 sets. So, Fran, we saw one of the hottest teams in the country do what it's been doing to everybody so far.
And you know, they stood toe-to-toe with Wisconsin, who was the #1 team in the country at their home, so they can play with the best of the best.
So Arkansas wins in 3 sets. For Fran Flory, I'm Len Rollins. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the leader in sports.